but it'll also be the training part, because what we're going to do is, we're going to take our features, advantages, and benefits that we have. We're going to go through what are the features, the advantages, and benefits, and then we're going to tie that back to our fact finding. Because if you set them up in the fact finding, you'll know which feature, advantage, benefit to pull. Because we don't want to necessarily do all of them, because it's like going to a house, right? You go to a house and you're only concerned about the pool because you've got kids. You want to be the house that all the kids come to, so you know your kid is nice and safe. So you're all about the pool in the backyard. And all the realtor does was talk about, hey, look how great the kitchen is. Great master bathroom, master bedroom. Like, look at this, look at the lawn. And you're just like, dude, all I care about is the pool, and you're just wasting my time here. So in the fact finding, we discover what's his pool. What's the pool that he wants to, that would actually make a difference to him? Because he's probably not even interested in selling the stupid plane. So if we know what the features, advantages, and benefits that we have a tool, toolkit of what we can pull out, then we can target our questions, because we can ask, I think the question of the day in this is, have you worked with a broker before? Because dealing with a full-time professional doesn't make a difference if they've never worked with a broker, or I guess it would. So that's gonna, but how you position the benefit is gonna matter if they worked with a broker before. Simple and easy is going to matter if they worked with a broker before. Targeting the right buyer is going to matter if they work with, this is going to matter if they work with a broker before. If they've never worked with a broker, the benefit's a little bit different. So if they've worked with a broker, maybe they had a bad experience because it wasn't simple and easy. So the benefit is, yes, we handle everything. Am I making sense of why we want to change the questions?
Yeah.
Okay. So the feature is, hey, we're full-time professionals. Okay, well, every other broker in the world is that. So what's our advantage here?
You don't waste time dealing with tire kickers, or yeah.
Yeah, part of it, I kind of messed this up in the question, but part of it is that we're not, like I said, not pilots, mechanics with a hobby.
Yeah.
Another part of it is, what did you say, Alex?
Not wasting. Well, we can help you sell quickly, not a fair price. You're not dealing with tire kickers.
We can sell quickly. Yeah, but anybody else can sell quickly. What makes us different? What is the advantage of working with
We specialize
you?
specifically in citations.
That's one, yeah. Specialize in a market. Okay. Alex, what makes you better than, hang on. Because if I'm going to do a deal with a Mustang, I want to work with Jessica. I don't want to work with Alex. Hold on, guys. You got to see this.
Jessica, that girl you sent me yesterday?
Yep. Now, Cole, you tell me. Would you rather work with Alex or, let's see. Come on, it's coming. Why isn't that sharing my screen? Oh, you're lucky, Alex. It's not working right now. Screen, entire screen. Here we go. Okay. Or would you rather work with Jessica? Right?
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's nodding their heads. So, Alex.
Yeah.
Jessica's a full-time broker. She specializes in the citation markets. Why am I working with you? She's got a background in aircraft sales, consulting, and social media management. She's got a keen eye for detail and brings her years of aviation knowledge and transaction law to the firm. Outside of work, you can find her flying, networking with her local general aviation community, or on the water with her family. Jessica's favorite part of sales is getting to know her clients and watching them enjoy the experience of jet ownership and the doors it opens. So why am I going to do business with you instead of Jessica?
Well, what I always resort to is my values. So, I value building relationships that stand the test of time. I value honesty, and then one of our core values is transparency. I'm with you through every single step of the deal. I love working with pilots and mechanics. Yeah, I mean that's what I resort. That's what I would.
Does that make sense? Why I
Talk about
pushed
me personally.
not just the feature, not just a market advantage of we're citation specialists, but why Alex? Why Alex as a full-time professional? Okay, so let me just share with you some of the benefits of working with us. Number one, I'm a full-time professional. I specialize in the citation market, but even more importantly, I value relationships. And I do that through transparency. Okay, this is important to me. I want to send you a funny meme at Christmas time. The benefit to you is, what's an example of a benefit of working with Alex now as a full-time professional?
Well, his values are important, so he's going to bring integrity to the deal. He's going to be transparent. He's not going to be pulling any punches like other brokers might. So someone might feign the idea of their beauty and wink, you know, try and say, well, actually, can we do this, that, or the other thing, even though I said I wasn't going to. You know, just something along those lines, I think is really strong if he's standing on those principles of his values.
I agree. I put it in, you're working with someone you know, you like, and you can trust. However you want to close that, Alex, we got to go back to the fact finding. Okay, so we want to get them to, like you said, Izzy, like, you want to work with someone that you trust, right? So we got to go back to our fact finding and say, okay, how can I manufacture a question in my fact finding to get him that this is valuable to him, that trust is valuable to him. So what's a question we can ask in the fact finding to set this up?
If he's worked with other brokers and have him tell us how it went.
Exactly. Have you worked with a broker before?
And that was successful with
What's the magic
Richard.
2 words that I love to follow up a question with? Magic 2 words. Or 3 words, sorry. So if they say yes or no, what's the next question I'm asking, no matter what?
Tell me how it went, or yeah.
Yeah, tell me more.
Yeah. Wait, when do we ask this question? During fact finding or when we're getting into our demo?
During fact finding. So I'm using what we're working on today, the demo, and I'm using it to inform the fact finding because now I have more control of the conversation. I'm not just fact finding for the sake of fact. I mean, this is next level, right? You guys learned the basic fact finding questions, and then you just learned the demo, and there was no connection other than the transition. But now, to take it to the next level, to be more effective in the conversations, you're learning, okay, well, let me make sure I hit this question because it's going to inform how I do my demo. Does that make sense? So we're asking that question, have you worked with a broker before? No. Oh, why not? Tell me more. Well, I don't trust brokers. Oh, I get it. Sounds like you got a story. Yeah, well, my sister had a real estate broker and she totally screwed her. Ah, okay. Got it. You don't trust brokers. I don't trust brokers either. They suck. Right? So now when I go into my demo, hey, I'm a full-time professional. Not a pilot with a hobby. I specialize in this market. But most importantly, I have core values. Transparency and honesty being one of them. I value relationships. The benefit to you is that you're working with someone that actually has thought about, their values. and you're working with someone you know, like, and can trust. Ding. Oh, okay. Because I bet you no other broker's talking about values. Not like this.
Yeah, I love that.
Not like this. All right.
Yeah,
So
I agree. That's really important.
We're full-time professionals. Great. What else do we do? What's another feature that we have? You said target the right buyer, right?
Yeah, target the right buyer.
So Tom, if we can just take one step back a second on when we preface things with I'm not a pilot with a hobby or a mechanic with a hobby or something like that. I have myself said that, and I'm almost like cringing, like, wait, I'm talking to a pilot, right? So I want to make sure that I'm at least covering myself, saying, not that there's anything wrong with being a pilot, but that you're up in the air quite a bit, and if someone's calling on your jet, I'm here to answer that call.
Right now, we're dealing with a situation, and you can use the story. Right now, one of our agents is dealing with a situation where he had a buyer call him, has an airplane under contract, but the pilot who's listing the aircraft for the seller isn't getting back to him. And when he got back to him, he literally told the buyer, I'm busy. I'll get you the information whenever I can, but I have these other things that I'm working on right now.
Wow.
Is that who you want representing your plane? So, I get what you're saying. Like, you don't want to offend someone. I mean, you could say, so, I'm not a pilot with a hobby. We have a guy in the office who's dealing this right now where the pilot literally told the buyer that he's too busy for him.
Yeah.
Also, I think we say that too is because, not that there's anything wrong with being a pilot, but a ton of brokers are pilots or mechanics who tend to just be, I guess, really busy with doing that instead of not focused on selling jets.
Yeah,
So
or they
that's
get
kind
so
of what I
bogged down,
understood.
or they get so bogged down in the minutia of, I'm a pilot and here's all the things I know about it. I'm a mechanic, here's all the things I know about the plane, that they don't get the deal across. They just puke information and they don't close, right? Like, you want someone who can close.
Yeah.
You don't need someone who can fly the plane. You don't need someone who can fix the plane. You need someone who can close the deal. That's me. I'm a full-time professional. I close the deal. And we make sure, what did I come up with yesterday, right? We make sure a professional, ethical, successful sale of the aircraft. Like that. That's it. So yeah,
I have a quick
targeting the right
question.
buyer. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So when we were asking, back to the question we were talking about, have you worked with a broker before? Let's say they have and they had a bad experience. And at that point in the conversation, are you going to talk about your values or are you going to save that for when you go through the demo?
No, fact finding, we're just collecting information.
Okay.
Write
So
it
then
down.
once you collect that information, then you're going to ask, hey, could you spare 60 seconds for me to tell you a little bit more about me, who my company is? Okay. And then you can, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because the point of the presentation or the demo is to kind of just.
No, we lost you, Tom.
Yeah. He'll come back at all. Yep, there it is.
What did I lose?
No, you cut
Yep,
off.
there we go.
You're good.
Okay. The fact finding is a conversation. It should not feel like an inquisition, and it should not feel like a chess game, move, counter move. Like, I worked with a broker. It sucked. Oh, well, I'm awesome. How did you, how'd you find a buyer? I did it this way. Oh, well, I do this. I did this and I do this. It's not a tennis match right now. It's just a conversation.
Okay.
It's a friendly tennis match. It's here you go. And then he serves you something back. Did you work with a broker before? Yeah, I went like this. Oh, cool. Tell me more. Yeah, the guy kind of screwed me. This is what we're doing, if that makes sense. All right, let's talk about the feature of the target buyer. We target specific buyers. What's the advantage of targeting the right buyer?
They don't waste time.
An advantage. Okay. Right, but how does the way that we target buyers, how do we stick out from the competition for targeting buyers?
Well, because we specialize in citations, we have a large list of inquiry. We already have a large list of buyers, I guess you could say.
We've got qualified leads already.
Mhm.
Good. Okay, so another brokerage might not have qualified leads, but the jet agent might. They might have a couple of leads right now for other Mustangs. Jessica's got other leads, Alex. So What's the advantage of Alex working with Alex or Jet Life Arrow? This could be an advantage of the company too. It doesn't have to be for Alex, but I think it becomes more powerful when you anchor yourself. So what's the advantage of Alex targeting the right buyer, or Izzy, Cole, whatever? So yeah, we've got qualified leads.
Well, I mean, for me, I'm constantly inserting the fact that, my background working on Wall Street for many years in private equity, I've got a large network of potential buyers. And I speak to what's going on, as you know, with the tax rule, and that there's lots of people that are interested in taking advantage of that. And I would, even underscore the fact I was raised in phone sales with self-firm tout, right? Just like talking about myself, my firm, tout, and then, like you said, Tom, volleying it back to them. So that would sound something like, not only is my firm connected with Glada, but myself personally, I have a large network of first-time buyers that are likely going to be interested in a jet like yours because they're looking for that right now before this tax rule goes down 20%. So, and effectively it's more than that because 20% lower than, 80% is more like 25%. So there's a lot of activity right now. So I constantly go to that self-firm tout.
Self-firm. And what was the last one?
Right. I talk a little, well, it's just a tout of myself and my firm.
Yeah.
Right. So a self-firm tout.
So we target the right buyer. Our firm we already have qualified leads for your specific make and model. We're connected with Glada, which gives us a large advantage. What you could say, or I could say, just kind of thinking out loud, we target the right buyers. I specifically enjoy working with buyers. I specifically enjoy educating buyers to make sure that they're a right fit for you. The benefit is I know these buyers intimately so that they become more qualified for you. Something along those lines. Again, we have to go back. So let's just say we target the right buyer. The advantage is we're connected. So some of the benefits might include, like you said, qualified leads. It could be number of leads. It could be, what else? What's another end benefit that this would benefit the end user? Oh yeah, hassle-free, save time. What's another benefit if we target the right buyer, what's the benefit to the seller?
Well, I think the whole transaction is a lot smoother because you're not,
Oh yeah, smooth transaction. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what these guys are looking for, is a smooth transaction, a hassle-free transaction, a transaction that has qualified leads, a transaction that has a number of leads to choose from, a transaction that saves me time. Okay, so what's a question we can ask in the fact finding that can get us back to, yes, I want a hassle-free deal? Because that's essentially what we're saying. We're saying we're going to target the right buyer. The way we do it is unique, and the end benefit is going to be hassle-free for you. So what's a question we can ask in the fact finding that's going to set them up to say, yes, I want a hassle-free deal. I want the right buyer for my plane.
I'm trying to think of that, and not necessarily have to be in a situation with a jet sale. I mean, have you ever worked with anybody before where they totally wasted your time? Like if I can hit a pain point on a story that might be in their life. You ever worked with somebody before that was a total waste? It just made the process of you maybe selling your home or buying a home just really difficult. Something along those lines. If I can juxtaposition that, I think that could be valuable.
What if he's like, yeah, this conversation right now? Because he already said he wasn't interested in
I'd be like,
selling.
zing, my man. Let's go. Yeah, I think that's a valuable question, Izzy. I think, you can do, have you worked with a broker before, right? We can also do, hey, just out of curiosity.
Oh, how long could we ask how long it took when they purchased this jet? How long it took them to buy the jet?
Oh, I like that. That's a great one.
How long the entire process from LOI to finish was, or
That's really good.
or just how long it took them to find the plane.
How long did it take you to find your plane? Yep. How long did it take to sell? The other side. Another question could be, when's the last time you sold $1 million asset from your portfolio? Oh, I just did some property like last month. It was like 30 million units. Wow. What's the follow-up, Alex? I just did 30 units. Wow, that's awesome.
I don't know.
Tell me more. Tell me more. It's always tell me more. Whenever someone throws something out at you, don't just like agree and be like, okay, cool, and move on, because it's almost like it doesn't register. Tell me more. When's the last time you sold a multi-million-dollar asset out of your portfolio? I just sold 30 units, last week. Oh, wow. Tell me more. Did you do that on your own? Did you work with a broker? No, I have a guy that handles my real estate. Cool. What else? Oh, I sold my yacht last year. Excellent. How long did that take? Did you work with a broker there? Yeah, I have a guy. Did you sell it yourself? No, I have a guy. Now you're knowing, okay, he's got a broker. He sells $1 million assets all the time. Okay? So you have that information so that when you build in, the second reason you should work, the second thing that we do is we target the right buyer. We already have qualified leads in this market. We've been in this market all year long. We've been tracking it. We have qualified leads that have called on other listings that we have. Our firm is also connected with the Global Licensed Aircraft Dealer Association. I don't think we should say GLADA. I think it's too.
Yeah, no, I agree. No one knows what we're talking about.
Exactly.
That's why I'll say GLADA, the Global Lights. I'll say it first, but maybe we don't have to even say GLADA.
I don't think you even have to say it. We are connected with the Global Licensed Aircraft Dealer Association.
Mm-hmm.
So we target the right buyer. The benefit to you is this is going to be a hassle-free sale. If and when you decide to sell, it's going to be hassle-free. Because of the number of leads, the qualified leads. Okay, this is going to be hassle-free as possible. You target the right buyer. Oh, another question you can ask is, tell me what's unique about your jet. What sets your jet apart from every other jet in the market? And then you can talk about, we target the right buyer because we understand your jet is like no other. The benefit to you is we understand it better than anyone else on the market. I understand the value of engines that are almost due for overhaul, but you can hot section them. I understand the value of an interior that needs to be updated. Now the person gets to choose their own interior and really put their mark on their jet. They're not just taking over somebody else's jet. They're going to have an opportunity to take their mark on it.
Hey,
So,
I have a question. If we also say, if we're saying we have a qualified list of leads, doesn't it open the opportunity for them to be like, okay, then bring me an offer or something like that?
it's true. Absolutely. Oh, man, yeah, no problem. I'd love to bring you an offer. I thought you weren't selling, but hey, no problem. I'd be happy to bring you an offer. Let's talk about that. Tell me more about your jet. How much do you want for it? I mean, that's not a problem, really, if they say that.
Yeah, well, it would just mean that it would
got-
just become an off-market option, really.
It becomes an off-market option and an opportunity for you to prove yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the benefit of the off-market options. And you'll probably sell just as much, if not more, off-market jets than listings.
Mm-hmm.
All right, anything else on targeting the right buyer? Does that make sense? The second feature of working with us is we target the right buyer. The advantage is we've got qualified leads. We're part of the Global Licensed Aircraft Dealer Association. And the benefit to you is an easy, hassle-free sale. All right, let's get through, what's the last one? Oh, no cost. Let's do that one for now. No cost to you is the feature. What's the advantage that we have with no cost?
A no risk situation because you only pay when you sell your jet.
That would be a benefit to them because there's no risk.
Oh, sorry.
Why? So, if another brokerage, let's say the jet agent, let's say they have no cost for listing. Okay, what would our benefit be? Like, well, theirs is free too. I don't have to pay them.
Mm-hmm. Well, the only thing I'd resort back to is, yeah, this one's always tricky. I never really know, honestly, on this one because some brokerages may charge you for listing on controller or taking photos and stuff. So, I mean,
Yeah.
But if they also don't do that, then they technically, I mean, it's just a cost perspective. They have a better deal because like Jet Aviva charges 2.5%, so versus our 6%. So
Well, I think for me, if I were saying something like that, the advantage, Tom, is I'm going to be hustling because I have a vested interest to ensure that your jet is going to get sold.
Yeah, but so does Jessica. Sorry if Jessica ever sees this.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the advantage of using Izzy?
in this situation, I just go back to my values, but I don't know if I can repeat that because we're talking about that before.
What
But-
more value can we bring to the equation? Because and maybe it's a value that other agencies are doing, but they're not telling anybody. Start thinking outside the box. Start thinking about that, like perceived value.
I mean,
So
could it be something as small as, I mean, I'm sure these other companies probably has it, but I mean, we have a great marketing team. We have, I don't know, professional photographer who flies around, takes pictures of all our jets. Could we talk about the content we make or something?
Yep.
Like we
Yep.
post
Yep.
on.
Yep. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at the competition. See what they're doing. Let's get some.
So I think, like Alex just said, oftentimes I interchange advantage and benefit. So I think benefit is the outcome, right? Like, what's the strong
Benefit is
outcome
the
of that?
outcome for the client. The
Right.
advantage is how we are different. What is our advantage versus anybody else? How do we stand
Okay.
across the marketplace?
Well, I mean, if I said something going back to a self-firm tout, like what happened a couple of weeks ago, if I said, well, Tom, just like, I recognize Jessica might do that for you, but is she willing to travel out to California like I did for my client recently, photograph the plane to get it in front of the buyers that I likely have? I don't know that she would do that, but I would. That's a huge advantage for you. And the benefit of that is it's likely that you're going to sell your jet faster, especially the window of time that we're in right now, moving into Q4.
Yeah, I think that's a valid pitch. Yep. Yep. And we can always improve
I think
it.
my mic is echoing again.
That's okay. At least it's your mic and not mine because it's difficult when I'm.
I have a weird. Oh wait, no, he's not echoing anymore. But I was just gonna say, does it have anything to do with? Did you just change what microphone you were using, or no?
No.
Okay, you're not
Oh,
echoing.
You're
Oh.
right. Hang on. No. I'm off. I'm only on one microphone. It was Izzy that was echoing. But we're good. You guys can hear me now, okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's take a look. You guys see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so here's the jet agent. They do a pretty good job, I think.
Denise works with a jet agent. Why did I think she worked with Jet Aviva?
Hmm.
Who's the one that works at Jet Aviva? The main.
The
Isn't there, like,
main
one
one,
main-
the CEO is Emily Deaton.
She also have blonde hair?
No.
Huh.
You're looking for another blonde that works for a company that has Jet in it?
Yeah, maybe it was this girl the whole time. I know who this person is. That's why I thought this was the one from Jettaview, but the Jet
Sell
ain't she.
fast, sell for more, save time. Buyers lined up before we went public. Selling your aircraft is important. Not getting the right support could cost you hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. Wasted hours or deal falling apart at the last minute. Brokers that think listed on controller is an effective way to maximize the sales price. That's good. Broker that sells jets on the side and are only reachable on their schedule. I like that. Brokers that don't specialize in your aircraft, and brokers that work for themselves and not for you. Ooh, that's good.
Hey Tom, also I have to leave at like 10:57 sharp.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah.
Do you know there's an art to selling a high-ticket item like a jet? Top ranking sales of pre-owned 20 plus years, found in the lead citation folks, Jet Foreign Management Group, CFI, former chief. So she's done a lot. But this would be an advantage of working with her, right?
Hold on, go to the bottom. They have
Yeah, I
different
know.
levels of services.
Yep. So
JetNet and Stat.
syndication to buyer search websites. Yep. Typical.
So what is
agent-
it? Do you know the differences between these things? Do they charge a different commission on each one? Maybe like 246 or something, or 135?
We'll have to ask. Our oversight of the entire pre-purchase inspection. Okay. Okay, so the gold package includes photography, staging, custom video tour. Okay, so they charge extra for the gold package. And
So
the platinum is
yeah.
premium ad placement. So we get like one ad, we get one premium ad a month on controller, so they'll get premium ad placement. Detailing, organization of the records prior to buyer review, executive, which, yeah, I mean, I get where she's coming from. Controller print advertisements, Matterport, demo tour. So, I mean, it's smart. It's smart. I mean, they're not really doing much else that we like couldn't do or probably should do.
I just want to know I wonder what they charge for those three things.
Yeah. You'll have to find a way. I'll ask Denise. I'll text her today. But okay, so what would be the advantage of working with us over these guys?
Well, I guess ideally they have 3 different packages at 3 different price points, but I mean, I was gonna say we kind of do most of that already, but I don't know what their price points are, so.
Well, again, it's not about price, it's about perceived value. So, okay, there's no upfront costs. Okay, we mean it. You know, it's a single price point. Single price point, total service. Okay, we're giving you a market report. Okay, we can even do, if we wanted to, we could do a VREF valuation if you want, or just an expert valuation of the aircraft. You know, we're gonna do a whole social media campaign. We're gonna do, you know, email campaign. You know, again, we just got to build this up. And that's basically what they're doing on this whole thing anyway. The advantage is that we actually mean it. We're not going to split up pricing into 3 different levels. You get 110% of our efforts, no matter, you know, 100%, like, by doing this deal. Okay, we're not gonna, you know, only give you some services because you chose the silver package instead of the gold package. The benefit to you is it's truly no risk. You get paid as soon as we sell. You don't have to pay anything till we sell. But then that goes back. What question can we ask? You know, in the fact finding, you know, if you work. Did you pay up front. If no broker, you know, I mean, you could ask, you know, oh, you know, I didn't work with a broker last time. Oh, okay, yeah, no, I'm with you 100%. You know, are you worried about, or were you worried about paying a commission? So in the fact finding, hey, when you when you last sold your jet, or when you, hey, when's the last time well, I didn't work with a broker. Oh, gotcha, okay. You know, well, how come you didn't work with a broker? Were you worried about commission? Yeah, I just don't think that it's worth it. Yeah, no, I'm with you 100%. You know, tell me about the last time you worked with a broker, maybe real estate or something. Yeah, I worked with a broker in real estate, and they just had all these fees and stuff like that. Ding, ding, ding. No cost. You know, or I worked with a broker and they sucked, you know, for whatever reason. Then we go back into the other things. Well, we're you know, we're professionals. You know, they didn't do any marketing. We target the right buyer, and no costs upfront to you, so that, you know, even if we suck, you don't have to pay for anything. Does that make sense?
Do you think it's important to mention those three things in the demo every single time? The three features that you said, because at least the one that
No, I think there's other features.
Because like I took inspiration from when Izzy said the who I am, who I'm not, and what I can do for you. So I kind of set those up and answered those myself. And those
Yeah,
that's
your
kind of
demo
demo
was
I'm
who I
going with.
am.
And I haven't included the no upfront costs in any of those, but
No, I think
mean,
there's many features, advantages, and benefits. So, yeah, what were your demo features, advantages, and benefit again,
in the
Alex?
who I am stuff, it was I'm a professional, specialized citations, sell your jet quickly, fair price, don't deal with tire kickers, talked about my values, and then who I'm not. Uh, well, I just realized this is repetitive saying because I value relationships and I'm not trying to make a quick buck. And then what I can do for you is opportunity for maximum exposure. I have experience listing. I have Glada, and then those are really the ones I'm using. Yeah. I guess I could. Yeah.
I think it's a different formula that you can use, and if it works for you. The main thing is
Qualified.
find a way to tie it back to how it benefits them.
Well, yeah. My last line of all of them is like what this means for you. That's what I'm doing on this.
Yeah.
But
And so
I'll just
tell
say
me
it
about
didn't
the-
include the no upfront costs. I think it's important though. I just don't know how to include it in this one, but I could say it somewhere probably.
Well, I'm not somebody that's trying to rip you off for a quick buck and then
Yeah,
charge,
that's
you know,
good.
nickel and dime you, you know, throughout the process with cancellation fees, marketing fees, etc.
Uh-huh. That's a good idea. That's what we'll do. I'll do that right there.
Okay. All right. Izzy, why don't you do a?
I will say, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, dude.
I was just going to mention, like Alex just said, you know, relationally, it's bigger than I thought. An off-market list, only got the one in California. Hearing him say to me, Izzy, I feel like we're going to be doing more than just, you know, selling and buying a jet together. I think this is a relationship that we'd have for life. I was like, whoa, that's huge. I mean, obviously, something I said from, you know, who I am and, you know, my values and things of that nature. And some things landed similarly with faith background and everything else. So I think oftentimes people dismiss that as kind of corny, right?
Mhm.
But you know, when I said to him, I'm like, listen, we're going to get this done, and I'm sure I'm going to be on your Christmas card list. And he kind of chuckled a little bit, and he was like, yeah, we'll definitely be doing business for life. It's more than just a jet. That was huge for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right, we've got, you know, like 2 minutes. I know, Alex, you got to hop off. But Izzy,
Yeah, I need to. Yeah, I'll listen. I'll put it on mute.
Okay.
I'll
Izzy or Cole, which one of you wants to do a quick role play? I think
Ready to
Cole's
roll, bud?
tossed under the bus.
Sure.
Okay.
Can't hear you. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, just start with the ring ring, and we'll go from there. I'll turn off my camera so it looks like a phone call.
All right. Ring.
Hello.
Tom, Cole with Choice Jet Group. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, Tom, the reason for my call right now is I'm calling through the Citation Bravo market right now, as I have several potential buyers that might be interested in a jet like yours. And I wanted to see if you'd be in the market to upgrade to another jet if I could sell yours to one of my clients.
Sorry, Cole, you caught me at a bad time.
I totally get it. Oh my goodness.
It's all right. Go back to the go we play it back. No worries. You know, again, that's mostly an RDR because if it was really a bad time, don't forget, why would he answer the phone? Like,
Yeah.
he had a choice to answer the phone. So, hey, get it. I only work with busy people. Just, real quick, I just wanted to see, move on. What is the? You can try to reschedule or get off on a. Like, if you hear stuff going on in the background, like you can get, hey, no problem. I'll send you a quick. I'll do like, hey, I'll send you a quick text message. No problem. Or we can go back into it. What's another one we can use? Hey, no problem. I only work with busy people like yourself. Just out of curiosity, if I, what would be another way to put it? Oh, hey, no problem. It sounds like you can go right into the, hey, sounds like you might have it really dialed in. Like, are you open to selling at all? Or, are you a pilot yourself? Or, hey, no problem. A lot of people, hey, I get it. You're busy. No problem. A lot of the guys I'm talking to actually aren't interested in selling right now because they can't find a replacement. Is that the problem for you?
Okay.
So I'm busy. Hey, no problem. I get it. A lot of the people I'm talking to right now, busy people too. The reason that they're so busy that they're worried if they sell a jet, they won't have time to find a replacement. I like that. Where am I writing that down? People I talk to are so busy. They can't find a replacement. Is that a problem for you? And then if they're like, no, it's like, oh man, I hear you, no problem. I get it. It sounds like you like I have it pretty dialed in. Are you a pilot yourself? And then we get into the whole. Oh man, well have you thought about a replacement? This thing's kind of old, isn't it? You've had it for so many years. Man, you must have gotten it for a steal. You got it in 2019? You must have gotten this thing for a steal. How much equity do you have in this plane already? And if they just kind of keep shoving you off, again, the get out of jail free card is, hey, no problem, I'll get off, I'll send you a market report. But if you can push, like, like, hey, listen, I know you're super busy. Do you have 60 seconds just for me to share with you what I do? And then if they say no, then, okay, fine, I'll send you a market report. But, all right, let's go from the top again.
All right. Ring.
Hello.
Tom, Cole with Choice Jet Group. Good morning.
I'm good.
Well, Tom, the reason for my call is I'm calling through the Citation Bravo market right now, as I have several potential buyers that would be interested in a jet like yours. And I wanted to see if you'd be in the market to potentially upgrade your jet if I could sell yours to one of my clients.
No, I'm not interested.
I hear you. I totally get that. A lot of people I'm calling right now aren't interested for one reason or another. What might be the reason you wouldn't want to sell your jet right now?
Keep going. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Okay, go ahead.
It's all right. A lot of people aren't interested for one reason or another. What might be the reason you don't want to sell right now?
Gosh, that's such a good line. Sorry. I'm too busy right now.
I totally get that. I only work with successful, busy people like yourself. And what I do, I want to make that process easier for you so that you don't have to worry about yourself being busy with listing this jet or upgrading to another one, that I can handle that for you. Where could I transition to from there?
You got to keep going to the fact find. You got to find out stuff for him. Because I'm just going to be like, okay, cool. Well, yeah, I'm busy. I got to go.
Yeah. Okay.
So what was the last line that you said?
What was the last thing I
It
said?
was like, I want to make it as easy as possible for you.
Yeah, I kind of went to the like features, advantages, benefits, I guess.
That's okay. No, I
So
mean, you did fine because you're introducing this idea. Like, I want to make this as easy as possible, but you need to have a question. So to like tennis, you need something to serve it back over. Right? So you got to kick it back to say, I want to make this as easy as possible for you. So like, if you were to replace it, what would you replace it with? If
okay.
you were to upgrade, what would the upgrade be? So, that's kind of where our questions come in. If you were to upgrade, where are those questions? Yeah, learn about the owner. Where are you based out of? Are you a pilot? What line of work in? What prompted you to buy a citation? Tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. Where do you fly? Any avionics upgrades? What'd you upgrade from? Tell me more about your experience. And then again, so, after you kind of ask those questions, so, hey, when you bought it, did you work with a broker? Because we're going to, now we got to start entering those questions in that we're going to try to set them up for the features and benefits we just talked about. So let's go right into, so assume you talk to me a little bit. Give me your transition into the demo.
Okay. So, well, I know you weren't thinking about selling, but could you spare 60 seconds for me to share with you why selling your jet might be in the best interest for you right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, all right. So, working with me, it'd be a 6% commission based on a 120-day listing agreement. And working with me, we target the right buyer, which means for you that you don't waste your time. We can find the perfect buyer for your jet, which means you don't waste your time with tire kickers or people who are just wasting your time because they're not interested or committed to buying this jet. We target the perfect buyer that will commit to buying your jet so that you don't have to waste time with that and that it's hassle free for you. Also, working with me, I'm a full-time professional, not a pilot with a hobby. So what that means is when you call, I pick up. I'm not going to be in the air flying a plane. You're always going to have a person in your corner ready to help you with questions you might have, and working full-time to sell your jet. And also with me, there's no upfront costs. And I know a lot of jet brokers probably say that, but what they won't tell you is that there might be a cancellation fee or monthly costs to list your jet on their programs and such. But with me, you don't pay until I sell your plane. So it truly is a no risk situation for you. And again, just to make it as easy as possible for you. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I should have hung up on myself about a minute ago, and 10 being you're ready to put your jet on the market with me right now, where would you put yourself?
Probably a 2.
A 2, awesome. I know you weren't expecting my call and you weren't wanting to sell. What could I do in the future to make that 2 go higher?
Bring me a buyer that'll pay too much money for my jet.
I totally get that. We all want to do that, don't we? Well, I would love to get over a market report to you and follow up in the future. What would be a good time where we could reconnect?
I don't know, sometime next week.
Sometime next week. How does Tuesday work next week?
Tuesday next week, sure.
All right. So is Tuesday at 10 a.m. fine?
That's fine.
All right. Well, I will talk to you again on Tuesday at 10 a.m. then.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
So good, like solid, like just like really good, dude. I mean, you're solid. A couple of ways to level up. Don't forget to confirm the appointment. Hey, is there any reason why you wouldn't be able to make it on Tuesday at 10 o'clock?
Okay.
Kind of lock it in. Other than the zombie apocalypse, is there any reason why you wouldn't be able to make it to the appointment on 2 o'clock Tuesday? And then I'm going to send you over a market report. Is there anything else that you'd like to see from me so it doesn't just go to your spam, so that you actually read it?
Okay.
Other than yourself, who else is involved in making this decision? I mean, that might be part of your fact finding, but is there anybody else you want to include on this email? Is there anybody else you want me to include on this email?
Okay.
Cool. Well, good stuff, guys. I got to hop off to another one, but great job, guys.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time.
Cool. All right. Catch you later.
All right. See you. Bye.
So searching, and I found actually what I found guidance. I'm looking for mentorship. I'm looking for somebody to say, "This is the way. Go this way." Right. So I'm very good at following the process. I'm very good at following things that are established. So for me, I don't have to reinvent the wheel. So if somebody's doing it and doing it at a high level and doing it very well, I don't need to come in and say, "Okay, I'm going to do it my way." I'm happy to jump in and say, "Okay, I'm going to follow you now because I have some sort of experience. I can then, add my flair to it, but my flair is not it. My flair is just to help me come to a solution or drive it forward." So, I love being part of a team. I love collaborating. I love putting our heads together and come up with an idea. And for me, it doesn't matter so much to me who gets the credit or what, as long as we get the goal and we're successful today. That's what really matters. That as end goal. So if somebody else is saying, "Okay, if I only sell one jet for this year and somebody else said 5 and that person's a part of my team," hey, more power to you. That shows me that it can be done. So what do I need to do to get to that level?
Gotcha. No, I love that. I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that what you saw on my content with regards to values and ethics spoke to you, because that's really important to me. Actually, we just added a new core value this week. Our new core value include, obviously we've got positivity, resilience, education, transparency, honesty, and humility. But we added a new core value this week, and that is responsibility. So we will take responsibility in a deal. Like if there's anything going on, if something doesn't close, like what did I do that I didn't take responsibility for that? Or for example, I made a mistake in a closing about 2-3 weeks ago. I just said, "Hey, we're going to have a pre-buy next week," and just kind of communicated that with the owner and didn't push like, "Okay, can we confirm this time? Can we confirm these pilots? Can we confirm these details?" And it came to pass that when they showed up, nobody was ready for it. We had to delay the closing another week. And so, I'm not going to look at that and be like, "Well, the owner said he was going to take care of it." Like, no, it's my responsibility. Right. So as a company, that's really important to us, our core values. And so I'm glad that resonated with you. In terms of helping, like, yes, I want to help you. Number one, I always tell people, like, listen, you got my cell phone number. It's the same phone number that my wife's going to call, when something goes wrong at the house. So you've got access to me now. If there's ever anything that you need, please let me know. I want to help you if I can and when I can. And so I might send you a link. I might do something like that. But aviation changed my life, and I will never stand in the way of anybody else changing their life through aviation. So if you have a question, hit me up online, send me a text message, give me a call. I want to help. That's without saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome.
Yes. Great. And then from there, I've created these programs and these different options for people just so that there's some formality to it, because people appreciate, like, show me the path. Right. And so if you're hopping around doing your own thing and you just have a one-off question, like, okay, I can speak into that, but I can only have so much input because I don't know what you're doing. You're hopping around doing all these different things. But, here's a program that you guys can do, and we'll walk together. And then at that point, so we have our training, right? So we've got the 3-day in-person training, $2,000. And that's you and me sitting down, and after 3 days, you'll have all the content and the information that you need to go off and be a private jet broker on your own, however you want to do it. You do full-time, you can do part-time, you're on your own, you've got all the information, you've got the documents, you've got the templates, whatever, like, off you go. Good for you. Now, some people don't just want to start off on their own and start their own brokerage. They want continued coaching and mentorship. They want to be a part of a team. And so that's where we have our ongoing subscription. That's $3.99 per month. And the way that works is you can either, be a full Jet Life agent and everything is Jet Life and it's really easy and consistent. And then maybe in a year or 2 or 3 years, you decide, you know what, I want to do Linton Aviation. So you go ahead and you start your own thing. That's cool. You walk away and we're good to go. Or maybe you already have something going on, already got, Greg's Jets, on the side. Well, while you're working with me as a Jet Life Aero agent, you can still promote that stuff. and still build your own brand. It's kind of like a hybrid model, right? And so that was part of the whole focus of the agency. I wanted to create an agent-focused, cloud-based brokerage that would improve, or disrupt, I guess you could say, the market of aviation by how brokers were being trained, how brokers conduct themselves ethically and professionally, and could change your life, like with wealth creation. And the idea behind that, of course, is building a team under you if you wanted to. So there's a couple of different options, I guess, and maybe you already saw those. But do you have any questions when it comes to kind of some of the options that we have in front of people? It's for coaching and mentoring.
Right. No. The only. Okay. So thanks for sharing all of that. So from what I was reading, I don't know if this path exists to where I could come on board at Jet Life Aero as an agent, as I learn and get ramped up. I don't know if that exists.
Yes, that exists. The only qualification there is that it's commission only.
Yeah.
And that path is $399 a month.
Okay.
And what I recommend is part of that path would be to do the training either in person with me for 3 days or on demand. There's an on-demand option. So I just had somebody last week who signed up, and she's doing the on-demand course. So she's doing on-demand, for this week, basically, calling me with any questions. And then, next week we'll kind of like hop on the phones with her, and she's a part of the daily phone calls that we have, the role-playing phone calls, the training phone calls that we have. She's got access to all the documents. She's got access to everything. She's a Jet Life Aero broker, right? But she's just doing the training on her own, and I'll spend like half a day with her, kind of getting her set up. Like, okay, you know all the knowledge from the on-demand tapes. Now let's spend half a day organizing what your day is going to look like, how you're going to make phone calls, what market you're going to do, and then off she goes, and we go from there.
Okay. Got it. So as far as startup costs that I have to weigh heavily on my part now because of my situation that I'm in.
Sure.
What am I?
I think I lost you. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, Tom.
Oh, go ahead. So yeah, I last heard you say a part of startup costs and then cut out.
Right, exactly. Right.
Oh, you're asking me what are the startup costs?
All right, so if I want to come on board, what am I looking at and what programs are available to get there from a cost standpoint?
Sure. So from a cost standpoint, you're looking at $1,999 for the training, for the 3-day training, and then ongoing $399 per month for the ongoing coaching training. Now, what we have is we do have a bundle right now where your first 6 months are $199.
Okay.
So you're looking at $1,999 to get started for the training, and then $199 a month. Now, I kind of hesitate to say this, but I appreciate your military service. I appreciate the fact that you have a big family. I have 5 kids. I get that.
Yeah.
I have worked with 1 or 2 brokers where I said, okay, I'll train you, and then the amount due will be taken out of your first commission check.
All right.
I'm a little hesitant with that just because things are getting busier and busier, and so 3 days, is a lot. But if we're 2.5 days, something like that, or I don't know. You tell me. Is it?
In full transparency, Tom, here is where I'm at. Like I said, diving into this, I feel like this time is right now. My situation is just from a financial standpoint. I was furloughed during the pandemic, and that heavily on us. Home got foreclosed on. I've been back to work for the last year or so, so I'm just playing catch up, right? I do have some assistance that I'm waiting on from the VA to help, but that's a slow boat. And so over this last weekend, I decided I can't wait on the VA to come rescue, right?
Yeah.
So I have to do something. I have to start some kind of way. I may not have the full funds to go, but if you have something like that where you train me and we do it over the commission, I am 100% committed to do whatever it takes to make that happen. This is not a dream anymore for me. I've dreamt enough for the last 20 years. I have to make this now, or it's not going to happen. And I can't wake up every day knowing that I'm doing nothing about this. Right?
Yeah, I mean, right now, what are we doing for income? Or are you just kind of living off of benefits right now that's able to sustain you, so you could do like 9 to 5 with Jets?
Right. So, I went back to work full time recently, but I'm playing catch up, right? Because, like I said, stuff got out of whack, and it's not an excuse or anything. It's just the reality of life.
Yeah. I get it. Believe me, I get it.
Yeah, I have to dig myself out, but I can't do it by just relying on a 9 to 5, because that just takes care of the minimum. The benefits, keeps a roof over our head, keeps clothes on our back, and gas in the car to go back and forth to work, right? So anything extra, I have to find a way to generate that kind of income or whatever it is. But like I said, I do have military benefits that are pending. They just haven't come as yet. But I can't. It's going to happen. I know that for a fact. To what extent and the amount, I'm not sure of that yet. But like I said, it's a slow boat to China.
Yeah.
I just don't want. I can't say, okay, I'm going to wait till that comes through, and it may not come through till the end of the year, right? But between now and the end of the year is 3 months, and I've done nothing towards my goal.
Okay, but in order to keep a roof over your head, you have a 9 to 5 job. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so my concern is going to be, even if I train you how to do it, when are you going to have time to execute on making the phone calls?
Here's the deal. So my 9 to 5 job, I work Wednesday through Saturday, right? I work with our clients that are based in Europe, and so I work from 4 a.m. to 2 p.m., right? Wednesday through Saturday.
Oh.
So Monday, Tuesday, I have those are my off days, right? So I have at least 10 to 12, 10 hours a day minimum.
Sure.
Indicate that. And then when I get off at, I'll start at 3, so I give myself an hour buffer just in case anything happens between 2 and 3. So then from 3 to 8, from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, if it takes that, then that's my time to dedicate. So when I do the math, that's at least 35 hours a week. I don't know if that,
Yeah, no, I mean, that could work. Yeah, that could work.
So that's my dedication. That's my commitment to work in this this side of it.
Gotcha. Okay. Let me think for a second. I think that's definitely doable. Do you have any funds that you can put up front? Like, part of me is thinking, like, maybe we do the on-demand. It's normally $9.99. Maybe we just do that for $4.99, and then not charge the $1.99 per month for the ongoing training till next month.
Yeah. So what I can do, and I can do probably by Friday or so, I can do the $4.99, and then I can pay probably, instead of the $1.99, I can probably do or something like that, or I'm not sure about that part of it, but yeah, I can definitely do the $4.99 and then pay something towards the monthly training or whatever.
What if we? Okay, so I got a couple of ideas.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. So if we did $4.99 for the on-demand training. So first of all, today, did you check out the boot camp yet?
Yes, I ran through it on my phone. And I was going through actually before I started going through it once I was waiting to get on here.
Do you have the full? I don't remember if I sent you the full access, or is it just the demo?
I have the demo.
Oh, okay. So then you have the demo. So then let's see. So $4.99 will get you the full on demand, right? So we'll start there, and then at the same time, we'll get you signed up for Jet Life Arrow, email, Slack, get you into Notion, which you already have. We'll have, so Mondays, and basically we're trying to do a daily train around 10 every morning.
Okay.
So we'll get you into all that stuff. You'll have access to the full ongoing training library. And you're basically in the community, if you will, right, of our team of brokers. So then we can do, let's see. Can you do $199 a month if we don't start that till October?
Yeah.
Okay, so $199 starting in October. And then I would ask for, a 6-month, kind of commitment
Yeah, absolutely.
at that, for that term. And so, and then the first commission, okay, well, let's see. I'll want to spend at least a day with you, maybe 2.
Okay.
So if that's normally 19, let's just go with 2 or 2.5, so that it's, I want to make sure you're set to go. So 1999 minus the 499 is 1,500. So we'll just, only if and when, we'll deduct 1,500
Yeah.
from first commission. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
Okay, so you already have the demo. So I'll send you the link for the $4.99 on-demand training so you get full access to that library. Once that's done, that'll trigger me adding you to the team, get you signed up for the Jet Life Aero email, get you on Slack, get you on Notion. And then it'll be $199 a month starting in October for 6 months.
Okay.
And then based on that, when we get the first commission, it'll be 1,500 from that first commission. Plus, that's in addition to the 60-40 split.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, just making sure. And I don't know, Greg, you seem like a really nice guy. I want to make sure that this works for you. So I would never want to put somebody in a financial strain. So if any of this causes any kind of financial strain for you or your family, please let me know. Obviously I have a business to run, but at the same time, I get what it's like being paycheck to paycheck. I get what it's like having a big family. It's more important to me that I'm not putting someone in a worse financial situation just because I'm providing a product or service. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night,
Yeah, and I appreciate it so much, Tom. And like I said, this is something that I know is bubbling on the inside.
Yeah.
And I am going to, and I give you my word, I'll do whatever, everything in my power to do this. I want to do this, but I don't want to do it fly by night. Do it with an outfit that's just out to make, a gazillion. I just want to, take everything. So that's why I really, really appreciate this so much, and I'll put in the work.
Yeah. No,
if you had a video, I could show you. Once I started taking my notes, I just grabbed the first thing I could, which is a yellow legal pad. And I put off, I took my notes and I put off in one of the columns my goal. So I read where you in your bio, you did 20 jets in 1 year, right?
Yeah.
So in that column, I wrote 20 plus 1, Y1, and then the second line was 20 plus 2, Y2. So what that means is you did 20 in 1 year. So my goal is 20 plus 1 in year 1,
Yep.
right? My goal is 20 plus 2 in year 2. So
I love it.
20 plus 2, Y2. So that's what that means.
That's great.
So,
That's a lot of work, but you can do it, man. I mean, it's a simple job. It really is simple. It's just, who's going to put in the work and make it happen. So I get it.
I work with operators every day, all day. Now, the clients that I work with are mainly based in Europe, but I do work with some domestic operators. So I understand the Gulfstreams. I understand the Bombardiers, the Dassault, the Pilatus, the Embraers, all those, because all my clients have all those jets that they fly. And basically what my job is to get them from point A to point B with flight planning, weather, with all the logistics that come with it, visas, passports, catering.
Now, is the ultimate goal to have Greg's jets one day, or?
So my ultimate goal is so ultimately I would want to have what it is Integrity Aviation. So I took my last name and added integrity to it. So it's Integrity. And then within Integrity, so that part that says GRIT, G-R-I-T, it means something as well. So that's it. So it's sales acquisition, management, operations, and maybe aviation insurance, because I just love that too. So that's the goal. And so
I love it.
eventually, Tom, I want to build a conglomerate, a business, right? So let's say I make, in the grand scheme of things, from a dream standpoint, if I'm at $10 million, I want $9 million to go to helping other people succeed somewhere or the other. When I went to my godmom's funeral over the weekend, you heard her eulogy, and what she did, what her and my mom does, is that, teenagers who are struggling, that their parents have abandoned them, they take them in, and they scrap and claw and get money to take care of them every day. They send them to school, and they get them doing something. So I met this young lady over the weekend, and my mom was sharing with me that, her mom abandoned her as a teenager. They took her in, and now she's a teacher, teaching at a high school.
Wow.
He just signed up to be a police officer. So now they're now giving back by serving their community. So those kind of things, resonate with me. I'm like, what if I could help other people succeed with their dreams and with their goal? Then my life would have been well spent, would have been meant something, So that's what's driving it. And the traditional way is people love money and they use people, right? So flipping it is you love people and you use money to help them. So
Yep.
it's not a hand out, it's a hand up.
I like it. I appreciate it. I really do.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like I thank you for sharing that. And I was just talking to one of our brokers, Izzy, yesterday, and we were on a team call, and then he's like, "Hey Tom, can I talk to you on the side?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And so he's like, "Hey, I just wanted to share my heart with you. Like, I feel really blessed. I really want to make a difference in people's lives, and this is a great. Like, I've been praying for an opportunity like this." And he's like, "I really appreciate what we're doing, because we're doing sales training." And he's like, "I really appreciate what we're doing, because when we're doing our quote unquote pitch, one of our first pitches is the reason you would work with us is because we're full-time professionals, we're not pilots with a hobby, and ultimately what that means is like we actually care about our core values. Like we value honesty, transparency, humility, just to name a few. Like, so we want to build that bridge. Like no one talks about their values in the industry. Like, and so when you share that and you become an individual of integrity, that's really important. So I appreciate you sharing all that with me.
Yeah, and absolutely. To be honest, that's the draw. That's what drew me to your program, because when I was when I was going through Alex's demo and everything, or just that, I thought it was a great setup and everything. But when I saw your piece, and then I delved into a little bit more of who you were, and I saw that's the first thing I saw were the core values. I'm like, anybody that leads with a core value, there's a sound character behind that. So
Wait, on the website? Did you see the core values on the website?
I saw the core values on your website.
Oh, that's funny. We just put that up like 2 days ago. So that's really cool. I'm gonna tell, because one of our other brokers, Alex, he's like, "Tom, where are the values?" I'm like, I know. I'm doing 20 different things right now. Like, so Alex and I were at a conference, and it was like lunchtime. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna do this real quick right now. So that's really. I appreciate you sharing that.
After we connected on Instagram, and I went and I started digging in, like I said, I was away. So once I was able to get on and I saw that, that's what resonated with me.
Wow.
That's what solidified, and I stopped my search after that. I'm like, well, I don't need to search anymore. I found what I'm looking for. So that was that. So